That's good. So here's the setup. The madness spread. Come on, give us the madness spread.
So he takes it to Army reunions. We had it in Tennessee, we had it in Gettysburg. It's going to Tennessee in September. So his Vietnam buddies sign it.
That's awesome.
Whoa. 77, 6 weeks out of open heart surgery, 3 bypasses, like
He's doing it.
VW ripping.
That's amazing.
had to come with his grandkid.
Best thing we see all weekend. It's done.
Adam's my coworker, so.
Oh, you guys work together. Okay.
At the power company, and it's funny because we actually started the same day, and it was one of those stepbrother moments. They're like, "Oh, did we just become best friends?"
Yup. Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
Because it was like the whole. I had a Turbo Rabbit at the time, and he had a Turbo GTI, both Mark 1s. But yeah, we ended up being super tight friends. I did some of the intercooler piping in this car. I put the full cage in it. I did all the pie cuts to correct because, if I'm not wrong, he changed the plenum size because you could actually unscrew this whole front end.
Right.
He changed the plenum length for the setup. So he changed it, and he changed the setup with the rad, and he also moved the intercooler slightly forward. So I remounted the rad all completely solid, and I had to redo this entire intercooler piping from scratch, and it's all the Vibrant HD clamps with the double O-ring, which is super nice. You can throw like 600 pounds of boost at them and they don't pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real trick.
And then you did the cage.
Car was actually previously caged with a basic 4-point in it. I ended up upgrading it to a full 10-point, adding the full A-pillar bars that go down, and there's actually even a hidden bar that goes under the dash to allow the full interior that kicks. It's fully TIG welded all the way around, and even the door bars come out, so it's actually gonna be fully streetable.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a nice touch. Yeah, they're bolted on the bottom, but they pin in the top. So yeah, and the cars ran on a fuel tech, which is a real killer thing. You know, boost by gear, boost by mile per hour. The full chute mount I did. It's a basic bar, little trinket brackets and stuff. It's a nice piece. It's kind of hidden, tucked out of the way. And then my favorite part about the whole car is the fact that we didn't want to bang a hole in the back of the car because the fact that it's full interior and adding that, probably pretty much have to go right through the center of the plate, and he still drives this thing to work. We came up with the idea because he likes the small Euro bumpers. I actually remade the entire bumper mount that hides the chute mount behind it.
Oh, yep.
And it's actually, there's 2 Allen keys, so you can actually just pop the chute off as a whole. And then all that's left is sticking out is a small cage connection. So it's actually removable, so you could leave the bumper fully on, 2 Allen keys, and the chute's off. It's pretty rad, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all stock bumper bolts through the inside. There's nice sandwich plates with like grade 8 hardware. So when it really does pull on the car, when it pulls the chute, it's all gonna be as solid as could be. Yeah, because last year the car did, Adam's gonna correct me if I'm wrong, but it did a 10.8 at 145.
Yeah.
And then now it's sharing axles, so he's trying to hit a 9. Oh yeah, and I also did the, it's all bead rolling work, punches in. That's pretty rad. But yeah, so the car came with a sunroof from the dealer in the 80s, and it wasn't even a proper sunroof. It was,
no, it's this shape. We see them. There's a
yeah, it was like an RV
pickup
window
down there with it. It's
yeah,
not
it's an RV window. But when they did it, it was so far back that when you're actually sitting in it and you're like a decently tall person, which Adam is, the sun was directly in your eyes.
Oh no!
And the window had like a slight curve in it, so it was just jetting the light in your eyes. So
yeah, I see you doing like rolling stuff out. It's cool.
oh,
cool
sheet
to
metal
see.
work. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
my bread and butter.
So then this one too, you did some.
Some stuff I did for this is actually the chute mount's not even on it, but yeah, I did the rear chute mount. He mailed it to me. I welded that. Actually, the owner of this car is Joe. His Instagram is Rooster on a Hill. But I built the entire catch can setup for him too.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
you did this.
it was
This is
actually
cool.
this was pretty funny. He gave me like a basic measurements off of like a cardboard sample.
Yep.
And he gave me a generic idea how he wanted to mount it on the old battery tray location and stuff. It's pretty trick. I like how it came out, and it's
Yeah, I like the filter.
the flat
in
filter
there
in
like
the
that.
top was really nice touch. And it's all baffled on the inside. There's a post and stuff of how I built it all on my social media and everything, but yeah, these two cars are like kind of competing for like the fastest Mark 1 that I know of right now.
Yeah, actively. Yeah, just
actively
the
hunting
two,
for
the
it
two
is-
guys
is these two
duking it out
cars,
right
yeah.
now. That's cool, and you got to get hands on both of them.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest flexes of mine, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Now you can introduce yourself and what you do.
I'm Esteve. I run a small fabrication business. We predominantly do a lot of sheet metal work with like custom, like old hot rod stuff, like TIG welded sheet metal panels, but occasionally we do mess with some serious drag cars or just race cars in general. Yeah, like a lot of real aggressive competition drift cars.
But also lots of like, do you like doing the rust restoration?
I love
Are you
the rust
pushing?
restoration.
You're trying to do.
I did a whole rear quarter on John Buckley's bus. He's a phenomenal dude. Which the rear quarter, once I cut it off, it needed the inner tub. From the inner tub, we found out that the actual floor structure was gone. With the bus, it's a panel, so there's no side windows. So it has these like stiffener panels. I ended up TIG welding the entire quarter on.
I'd strongly recommend jumping on Instagram and checking out Zach's page here. He does a pretty good job showing the overall process with some of the stuff he's doing here. He's building an access panel for the tunnel on his personal Gia project. Here we've got some floor pans he stamped out for the same Gia project. You can see a bit more in depth of John Buckley's bus that he was just talking about and just how much and how bad some of the rust was on there. There's a sunroof panel he made for Adam's car. It's been really cool to see all these little patch panels he's made and bent completely from scratch. So again, go give him a follow. Go check his page out if you want to see a bit more of the stuff he's doing.
I kind of wanted to find my own, and no one really is stepping into the point of saving these chassis. Everyone's getting to the point where like, oh, we'll just cut up a car to save another car, but I don't see the point in.
Everybody has different means, whether it's you have the money to contract to work out to somebody like you. We do need more people able to fix them up and save them from scratch.
That's my biggest thing, is because even everyone thinks there's a million of these cars laying around. If it's buses, Gias, Volkswagen things,
Not for
Mark
much
1s,
longer.
Passats, whatever, GTIs, if we keep cutting them up and just sacrificing them to save one car, by the time you're really pulling together, you're 3 cars deep, cutting 3 cars up to save one good show car.
Yeah.
I'm really more for, like, if you spend the time and effort, you really can survive. You can bring back any car, which I'm trying to do because, like, the market, every other car, everything's skyrocketing so much.
Yeah.
We're really going to hit the point where, like, no one's going to end up cutting cars up anymore. We're going to be fixing anything.
See you around.
What's up, man? We'll see you.
what changed you